Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life, and I'm bringing you yet another top 10 list. This is my top 10 movies of 1993. And before we jump into the top 10 list, I have several honorable mentions, and they are The Firm, Indecent Proposal, Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus, Hot Shots Part 2, Son-in-Law, Sliver, Robin Hood Men in Tights, The Sandlot, A Perfect World, Benny and June, and Coneheads. All great movies, just couldn't make my top 10 list. But at number 10 is Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire has to do with Robin Williams and Sally Field, whose characters don't see eye to eye. He's more of a child, she is more serious, and she loses it when he throws a party for his son and it gets out of control, and they end up getting a divorce, and he ends up taking a job at a movie studio, or I should say a TV studio, and from there he ends up answering an ad to be a housekeeper, which happens to be his ex-wife's ad, and he's doing it to get and spend time with his kids, because right now it's only a few hours after school and then every other weekend, and he said he just doesn't think it's not enough, and so he becomes Mrs. Doubtfire, and from there the comedy just hits home. This is one of Robin's best performances. It's definitely in my top 5. I can't remember if I did his top 10 movies. You would have to check out my channel, but he is definitely excellent in this movie, and to play multiple characters, it's awesome. And Mrs. Doubtfire's got a great soundtrack as well, and deserves a spot in my top 10. Number 9 is The Good Son. The Good Son, oh my god. Elijah Wood and Macaulay Culkin are phenomenal in this movie, especially Macaulay Culkin, because in this movie he plays a bad kid. He is responsible for many bad things. I don't want to get into spoilers, but let's just say this is a role that he was meant to play, and I really wish he would have done some more roles like this. And nothing wrong with the comedies and stuff he did. They're great. But he was made for a role like this, and he did a phenomenal job. This is one of my best thrillers of all time. Just a tremendous job. And Elijah Wood does a fantastic job as well. Like I said, I don't want to spoil the movie. Definitely check it out, though. You'll see a side of Macaulay Culkin that you're not used to. Number 8 is Beverly Hillbillies. I love this movie. It is based off the TV show, and it's a lot of laughs. You have Jim Varney, Cloris Leachman, Diedrich Bader, Rob Schneider, and just a phenomenal cast. They strike oil, and of course they move to Beverly Hills, where Schneider and his girlfriend are trying to suck all the money out of Jed Clampett, played by Jim Varney. And along the way, it is spoiled, but there's a lot of funny parts in this movie. Rest in peace to Jim Varney. This is one of his best roles, in my opinion. And it's an underrated comedy. I know critics bash this movie. They didn't like it. I love this movie. And I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, I can't say enough about it. Coming in number 7 is The Three Musketeers. Disney's Three Musketeers. This is the only one that I really enjoy. Actually, I love this movie. It's got a great cast. You have Chris O'Donnell as D'Artagnan. And then Arthos, Porthos, and Aramis. Porthos is played by Oliver Platt. Uh, Aramis is played by um, Charlie Sheen, I believe. And then Kiefer Sutherland plays uh, Arthos, I believe. Or no, he plays Aramis, and then Arthos is Charlie Sheen. And then you have Rebecca De Mornay, and then you have Tim Curry as Cardinal Richelieu, who's the bad guy in this movie. Uh, the Three Musketeers are disbanded, and there's still three that are floating out there. Of course, the three guys I just mentioned. And D'Artagnan, played by Chris O'Donnell, is the one that joined the Three Musketeers for the longest time. His dad was a musketeer. He died while protecting the king. But there's an assassination plot uh, that the cardinal is responsible for thinking of and trying to perfect and executing it, even hiring a assassin. But it is a great movie, great action and comedy, and just a phenomenal cast. Definitely check out The Three Musketeers. Number 6 is Demolition Man, a great sci-fi movie full of action. Sylvester Stallone, Rob Schneider, Sandra Bullock, and Wesley Snipes' character was originally intended for Jackie Chan. But Jackie Chan, I believe, turned down the role. And it was ultimately given to Wesley Snipes. But it's about a cop played by Stallone who is a badass and is responsible for killing several hostages. And so he is sentenced to be basically purified in ice as part of his sentence. And Simon Phoenix, played by Wesley Snipes, is also frozen as well. And then in the future, many, many years later, he is unthawed. And eventually Sylvester Stallone's character is unthawed, but shaped after Simon Phoenix. But it's a great movie. There's only Taco Bell in the future. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And there's no music. It's all commercial theme songs. It's just great. But yeah, Demolition Man, number 6. Number 5 is Grumpy Old Men. Oh, Walter Matthau. Just phenomenal in this movie. I recently watched the Odd Couple with these two in it. And John and Walter are phenomenal in this movie. They're both retired who love to fish, but they like to bicker at one another. And they have this ongoing feud of doing pranks and whatnot. It's a lot of fun. And along the way, a beautiful neighbor who is their age moves in, and they're both trying to get in there. And only one does succeed, and it's hilarious when it happens. But this is a great movie, and the sequel is even really good too. So definitely check them out in Grumpy Old Men if you haven't seen it. Coming number 4 is Tombstone. Number 3 is Philadelphia. Number 2 is Jurassic Park. This will forever be the best movie in the Jurassic Park franchise, unless the next one that comes out does something really phenomenal. This one will always be the standout to me in the series. 1993, the special effects were top notch, phenomenal during this time. And could you imagine what they could do with the CGI and everything they have now compared to then? Just amazing. But I love movies about dinosaurs, and Jurassic Park delivers. It's a great, great movie. Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern, phenomenal performances, and definitely worth the spot in my top 10. And my number 1 movie of 1993 is The Fugitive. The Fugitive is phenomenal. Harrison Ford is accused of killing his wife and is sentenced to prison. Eventually, there's a bus crash and he escapes and tries to prove his innocence. And along the while, he's being chased down by Tommy Lee Jones. Uh, and it's just a game of cat and mouse. It's a lot of fun and definitely one of their better performances in this movie. It's got a great supporting cast as well, but just a lot of fun and a lot of great action. The bus crash and the train crash are excellent, but yeah, it's just a phenomenal movie and definitely deserves to be number one for 1993, in my opinion. So, in the comment section below, give me your top 10 movies of 1993. If you don't have a top 10 list, then just name a few that you love. And did you agree with my list? Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. And as always, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for all more of the notifications you'll be getting. And also, if you like this, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to share these videos with all your family and friends. I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting my channel. And stay tuned, because tomorrow, yes, I am so excited. I finally get to watch the movie Halloween. And yes, I know it's been out since October. But as I've said many times, I don't get to go to the theater to watch the movies due to my disability, lack of transportation, and all that. So I have to wait for the movies to come out on Blu-ray, DVD, and to rent on Xfinity on demand. But I'm so excited for this movie. I do have issues with it before I even watch it, but I'll get into that when I do my review. So look for that review tomorrow afternoon. And other than that, I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned the rest of the week for more top 10s as I continue my series of doing top 10 lists from each year, from the year I was born up through and leading to 2018. But thank you for watching, and check you later.